The year was 1979. A young boy named Ichiro Oda was chillaxin', reading his favorite mangas when suddenly he hears something that catches his attention. I wonder what little Oda's first job is going to be like. Huh? Job? Aren't those the worst? Nonsense, he thinks. And so he declared then and there he'd become a manga artist. I'm never getting a real job, he thought. The year is 1996. Oda has started this new series of one-shots featuring a character named Luffy. These one-shots are titled Romance Dawn. August 2019. After an estimated $21 billion in franchise revenue, Oda tells the world that he believes his now more than 20-year-old story would finally see an end by the year 2024 or 2025. And so we come to you during a global pandemic to introduce you to this podcast, one of memes of sadness and pain, full of wonder and excitement, where we watch and discuss this ever so popular show, One Piece. Dylan, theme song me. All right, we good?
Good. It's very funny because we don't have a theme song.
Oh, theme song? Oh, shit.
Looking the whole ass fool over here.
Just gonna be one long bleep.
It's just one long pause of silence. No one's gonna say anything.
Dude, you can even just give me Usopp's ring to it. I'll be about it. That's fine.
What, his cell phone? Usopp has a cell phone now?
It's a ringtone.
No, he's got a theme song. It's like
Yeah, just give him the mid-roll bit.
I'll take it.
Hey there, welcome to the podcast One Piece with a Lime. There's a story behind that title, by the way, but you'll hear that eventually. Now, before we get started here, I'd like to explain something to new people. If this is your first time listening to something like this, this isn't the first time we've had this recording, by the way. The first one, as these goons know, we kind of did drunkenly in February.
And it was a blast.
It was pretty fun, but it's not fun to listen to. And this one's being recorded in August of 2020. We're around episode 100 as of this recording. But we decided to redo it, give people a taste of how much better we've gotten, maybe.
Is that what we're doing?
Quote,
oh,
unquote.
well, shit, we need to stop right now.
It's like a redemption of what we were.
Because we're still absolute garbage as far as I can tell.
We're doing our own redemption arc.
So the next couple of episodes you're going to listen to of this podcast are kind of going to be shit. I'm going to be honest. All right.
It's hot garbage.
Yeah, it's a little rough because we're trying to figure out the format and how we want to go about things. Anyway, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the things we figured out so far. We usually start the show with some banter and move into a brief summary of the episodes we watched. Usually narrated by a goon over there by the name of Robert Downey Jr. Mm-hmm. And then we just ramble our thoughts, reactions, and notes, all that. We have a few end segments, one of which the Golden Ham, MVP of the episodes. Memorable quotes. Usually it's not really a quote. It's more like a moment. And for the end of the arcs, we like to do villain rankings.
Yeah.
Now, if these goons would like to introduce themselves.
Hello. I'd like to thank the Academy for allowing me entrance even after the restraining orders. I watched the first major arc to the end of One Piece, the Arabasta arc. That's where I last ended off my One Piece journey. There's a lot of shit, man. I you get tired. You get other stuff to do, I currently only have 3 bodies in the basement. It's a long story, don't ask.
Okay. I will go ahead and just help myself in here. My name's Brendan. And I am Iron Man, the one who also does the narration.
No, you're Robert Downey Jr.
Sorry, yeah, I'm Robert Downey Jr.
You haven't been hit by a bomb yet.
I still have to
Shrapnel.
wait. I'm still waiting my scene where I'm overlooking. There's a giant explosion behind me, and I go, "Are you prepared, or Witness me, whatever the fuck that scene was.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
Wrong movie, but sure. It's
Remember the Alamo.
Who cares?
not even a movie, I believe. It's a wrestling thing.
No, Can You Dig It is a movie. It's from
Is
The
it?
Warriors.
Oh yeah, it is.
between Jordy and I, probably have the most One Piece experience. I've watched the entire series through the big halfway point. I think I can say that without being too specific. For most of the listeners out there, on both the sub and the dub, I continue on past that with the dub only because I have a pretty large passion for the voice acting industry. No other real reason beyond that. I do read the manga. After the anime started kind of taking a few pacing turns, I did kind of start picking up the manga, and now I've also read the entire manga all the way through from start to finish just to get every little bit in there that I possibly can. I love the fuck out of this series. I've been keeping up with it for a pretty long time. And I don't think I have any bodies in my basement, but I guarantee I have at least one skeleton in the closet.
Shit, he took my joke.
Beat you to it, kid.
I guess I'll go next. My name is Devin. I also go by Mr. Bubbles. I'm a small-time YouTuber on top of doing this shit. My experience when it comes to One Piece is jack shit. In relation to where we are and where this episode's being placed. Other than that, I'm known for being a little overcritical when it comes to media. So I get to rip the show apart, and it's fun.
The best part of my day is when I get to tell everyone else how shitty the show is.
Exactly.
Anytime I get to shit on Brendan's favorite things.
No. Please.
And then as for bodies in the basement, I don't have any bodies in the basement, but I do have a girlfriend under a fridge.
Literally under the fridge, not in the fridge.
Yikes.
Now look.
Is she caught in the mouse traps?
I feel like I missed this joke. Under the fridge, where was I?
We'll tell you after.
All right, good.
All right, so here I am again, coming at you live, Pablo Shu. I have a few Patreons, none of which are mine.
Who are they? And wait a minute. Hold on. What do you mean you have them? Like, are they okay?
He's holding him ransom. Give me $30 and a Snickers, and I'll give you your Patreon back.
Sure, he's a handler. That's why he manages other people's Patreons.
He's a Patreon pimp.
Yeah,
I can get behind that.
My experience with One Piece, I usually stop right a little bit after the middle point, if you all know what that means. And I read the manga from there on up to where the show is now. So where the show is now is where I read the manga up to, and then I just sort of dropped it because it became really wordy.
English is pretty hard, to be fair.
I want Oda to write a novel, dude. I will read the shit out of that novel.
Yeah, he doesn't want to deal with all this fucking
So
exposition.
pictures are his problem.
I'm fine with the art. I love the art, dude, but it's like the text is so small. I have to squint my eyes to read it.
Jordy, normally it's mostly the inverse problem of that, right? Most people prefer picture books over reading, right?
Well, it's because he starts getting into these long essays, and I'm just like, please, just
I
write
don't
a
even know
book
what this
already.
man's talking about. Like, there's honestly
You know
the
what I'm
fucking
talking about.
the chat bubbles are not that in depth. I mean, come on.
I'm pretty far into the series. I know a lot of things. I know a lot of things now because people spoil it for me anyway, so it's not like it matters. And I'm sure I'll enjoy it when I start watching it. As for bodies, if you count body pillows, I have at least.
Wait, shut up. I need to hear this.
Oh, I'm counting.
Oh, he's still. Oh. Oh.
I think 12. I'm not sure if you count the little one though. The little one.
I need you to name every one of them
We're
for
gonna
me
need
right
to-
now.
We're going to
need
need
you
to
to
rank
name.
those at some point.
I can already name at least 4 for you. I know I got Holo, I got Kurisu, I got Holo, Kurisu. I know you got Asuna in there, and you definitely got Yoko in there. 100%.
Ain't no
those are 4
Asuna,
of them.
right? We don't roll the Asuna train over here.
You don't ride the Asuna train.
I don't. I'm not a fan of the Asuna.
You're right. You're
train.
more of a Mikasa guy. If you're gonna go with that generic shit.
Hell
That's
yeah.
true. That's definitely true.
Don't forget
and then
Potato
you got-
Girl, the real
then you got-
MVP.
Oh,
Real
shit.
MVP.
He's right.
Attack on Titan's the only show you have where you have 2 body pillows. Well, 3 if you count Levi, but
3, Krista. What? If we're
I
gonna
was
get
gonna
Krista?
What, you talking about Annie or whatever?
No, Krista.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
All right. Anyway, we're getting off track here. Remember we were doing a One Piece thing?
I want to point out, too, I'm not going to let the audience not know this is a thing. The reason why we were talking about bodies, by the way, was because it was explicitly stated in the introductions to tell us our name, our experience with the show.
Man, why are you revealing why are you pulling back the curtain already?
Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
They don't want to know how the sausage is made.
2 recordings in a row with that reference.
All right, fine. Just cut that shit out, Dylan.
And lastly, to introduce himself is a little hamster that edits our podcast called Dylan. If whenever you hear us say Dylan do this or Dylan do that, it's because it's our editor.
It's our hamster editor.
He is a tiny little hamster.
Don't worry, we feed him well.
Let's get started to the actual show. All right, Brendan, you're up.
All right, so on to the summary. Amid the sound of seagulls and waves, in the vast peaceful ocean sailed a lovely ship named Lady Mary. The passengers aboard filled their time with fine dining and serenading tunes. The sailors on deck stared into the sea when suddenly, thunk, a weird noise grabs their attention. Underneath them, a floating barrel. But that's not all. Upon attempting to retrieve the barrel, they're attacked by pirates who sail under the flag of the infamous Alvida. And boy, is she a sight. While her crew plunders the Lady Mary of all of its riches, a lone shore boy named Koby stumbles upon the barrel and suddenly out pops the one and only Monkey D. Luffy, future king of the pirates.
Where do we want to start? Because this is a lot. We have 4 episodes to go over. You guys want to start with Luffy in general, his fruit powers and how he stretches?
Nah, fuck you. I'm going to start somewhere else. You know what I really like about this show?
Okay, cool.
Golly, I love that fucking background art, dude. It's so fucking good, and I feel like it's times 10 every time I see, like, the first fucking 30 episodes of this series, and I miss it every fucking time. Every fucking time. The first, like, opening scene, I don't even care, because the first opening scene, I'm gonna rant for a little bit, sets this wonderful tone. You got like this weird cruise ship that you don't really know what's going on, but you see a bunch of rich fuckers. You got some sailors who are just dicking around on deck, and they see a barrel as they're fishing out. You got seagulls blowing by. You got these masts that are like, panning away from each other into this like 3D like depth sort of, I don't know, scene or whatever, and then out comes like the pirate from behind the rock, and the cannons go off, but then, you don't hear the explosion until after a few seconds, because that's how like light and sound works. Oh my god.
I did make that note. I said it's pretty neat that the sound doesn't come in until after you see the cannons come in.
Why is it that the first 5 minutes of this show has like all of the best aspects of the art style, and
it's pretty good.
And then for like the rest of it, you only get a taste of it as it like comes and goes in waves, and it just fucking infuriates me, man.
Well, there's a reason why. One, it's a pilot, so they're trying to captivate, the viewers, and they're trying. And 2, it sets the tone properly. So that's the reason why it probably, for example, for the first episode of why it's so important, like the art and everything is more captivating, is because it's trying to get your attention to want to keep watching episodes.
Like, I'm not going to pretend for a second that I prefer this particular, like, era of animation over, like, some of the later stuff. Because One Piece and several other shows do marvelous art style. But I feel like where One Piece always thrives is its, like, childish art style in the front and, like, what's really going on in the back. And because whatever's always going on in the back is just always so, I don't know, vibrant and like really captivating for me personally. And it's mostly because I've seen this series too many fucking times, so I'm not even looking in the front anymore. I'm going out of my way to look everywhere else.
See, for me, I had I had the opposite where I'm like, I started the show with the intention of going, oh god, I'm going to watch a fucking annoying kids show for 900 something episodes.
And you will, don't worry, you will.
and I was, and I am right, because if as you listen to my ranting throughout the until we get past this arc, my opinion will not change.
Yeah, there is a bit of pacing issue from here up to the Arlong Park.
There's a little bit of pacing issues. Let's not pretend that there's not. I like to say the show doesn't really start until after you get to the Grand Line, dude.
It really doesn't.
It absolutely
it's
doesn't.
like just the way the show really picks up right before the Grand Line, like for like 2 arcs. and then it explodes once you get to the Grand Line. Everything else, it feels like you're watching a kid's anime. So like I can understand now, like retrospectively, since technically I'm talking from the future, I'm trying to think of a good description.
While you're thinking, I would actually like to set the tone. Are we allowed to talk about what we've seen so far, or are we going to keep it to just these 3 episodes?
I think we should probably keep it to these episodes because we're still going to do that other one that we're doing.
All right, cool.
And that was the one we're going to talk backwards.
All right, so I won't bring up stuff in the future then.
Well, let's just go to first impressions. Zoro and his 3 swords.
Dude, Zoro's a great fucking awesome character design. What do you mean? What? How the fuck what?
You got thoughts there, Devin?
Got thoughts there, Devin?
It still bothers me.
You don't like the 3 swords?
It's still, even to where I currently am, it still bothers me, the idea of using a full... It's not even like... It's one thing, like pirate style, like, oh, you put a dagger in between your teeth. Like, you've seen that in all sorts of media. Like, sure, like, I could get behind that a little bit. But we're talking about a whole-ass katana in his mouth. And I'm just saying, even with dual-wielding weapons, it doesn't make any sense, because at some point, you're gonna fucking clang that thing with your left hand. Like, I don't understand it. It bothers me. But in retrospect to let's ignore reality and go into anime world, yeah, it's cool later on. At first, it's kind of like just like the edgy swordsman character with no reason except for being edgy.
Speaking of edgy sword character, yo, how about that sweet guitar riff for Zoro that they had in there? You go.
I believe it makes a comeback later on.
Maybe once or twice.
I mean, he's had riffs. I don't know if it's the same riff, but like he typically gets the guitar riffs because again, he's the quote. He's the badass character of the Straw Hat crew.
Yeah, he is.
So it's like, of course, he's gonna get the fucking shredding guitar. He ain't gonna give that to Usopp.
Just let him do his thing, let him work out, let him sleep, let him drink booze, and everyone else will be fine.
And then if we need someone to lift something really heavy, we got him.
Yeah, that's right. We got our boy over here.
Let's start with this Shanks thing, dude, because this is going to be quite a bit.
Yeah, do we still have an opinion on the background, Devin?
I remember exactly what I hated about the backstory.
What did you hate, Devin?
Go ahead.
How did an 8-year-old in a fully packed bar with at least 30 pirates with their most prized gem of a treasure sneak past all of them and eat it?
There wasn't really sneaking.
But like nobody stopped him. And we're talking, and mind you, retrospectively, at this point we don't know how powerful Shanks is, but you do, because, you know, later on throughout the episode, it still doesn't make any fucking sense. If this is a legendary pirate that everyone in the fucking mother knows, apparently, how the fuck did he let an 8-year-old slip by?
It is those closest to you that tend to betray you.
What is Luffy Judas? Is Luffy Judas?
Luffy is his kryptonite.
This is my question to you, Devin. We don't need to go over specific details, but after seeing the series as a new watcher, do you find it unreasonable that there is a character in the world that has a large what do you call it when like they're with a large notoriety that happens to be a fucking moron when you meet them in real life? Do you find that unreasonable?
Don't meet your heroes, kids.
No, that's a trap, and you know it. You know that's a goddamn trap of a question with the knowledge I have now.
That's all I'm saying.
To answer
that's all I'm saying.
Going back to tone setting, though.
Going back to
set up
tone
this
setting,
character as being an amazing pirate in his backstory that inspired him so much, being an absolute goon to let an 8-year-old swing by to eat your devil fruit, and then you're just like, well, that's it.
Wasn't the other half of it that they weren't like fully convinced this was an actual fruit anyway, though?
Yeah, they were like, they're gonna try to like sell it or whatever, and they were like, well, how do we know it's even real? And they're like,
yay, hooray, we got a devil fruit. Yay, drink, but glug glug.
Considering where they came from, this isn't that uncommon,
I suppose.
yeah, like that's supposed to be like the big thing here is that, you know, but again, Devin is correct. If you are a new watcher and they are trying to both sell you that this thing is an extremely rare piece of, you know, or rare and valuable, and also at the same time stupid enough to where they'll just be like, fuck it, I guess a kid ate it, sucks to suck. They probably should approach the plot element maybe a little bit differently, or maybe write their characters
a little bit more
different.
seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if they would have picked like one angle to go on, like if Shanks and his crew really didn't care, they probably shouldn't have given them like that split little bit of, what the fuck did you do? You ate the devil fruit, you idiot! Like, they probably should have just made them not care.
He didn't care if he ate it. He was just more mad that he didn't understand the
ramifications.
Yeah, now he's going to be, swimless for life or whatever, because that's one of the drawbacks of the devil fruit is you can no longer swim for the rest of your life. You might gain a sick, cool power, but in a world of sailing the seas, robbing your ability to swim is a rather critical caveat.
No, but like the only other thing that bothered me about this is like it's more of like a storytelling thing where like obviously it's an origin story, so I can't really be too mad at it. But it's one of those things where it's like I hate it when characters get things for the sake of being the main character, where they don't earn it or like they don't fight for it.
I feel like I agree with you 100%, and that's kind of why I feel like the East Blue is a misrepresentation of the series as a whole, because you don't get an opportunity to see the journey. But then, like, as soon as you pass the East Blue, the whole show is literally nothing but the journey.
Exactly. And so it's like, that's why, like, for me, like I mentioned, the first, 61 episodes?
Yeah, it's like 60.
Oh, Jesus. It's hot garbage when it comes
I don't
to
know what you're talking
storytelling.
I
about.
would call it hot garbage.
We still like the Navi arc. We still love the Navi
No.
arc.
You guys liked it.
All right, well, they're going to hear all that when they go through the rest of the thing. So it's not like you have to reiterate it.
Spoiler alert. Jeez.
Spoiler alert, I hate everything.
Spoiler alert, we brought this fan on literally just to hate on everything. It really keeps us on our toes. I like your perspective, Devin. I appreciate it.
I appreciate that you appreciate my appreciation of hating it.
I appreciate that you appreciate that I appreciate your perspective on appreciation.
Quiet.
Oh boy.
All right, so the music's fire.
And the music is fire.
Tunes,
True.
fire since day one. Opening, ending, soundtrack, all of it.
Absolutely. They went all out and got like fucking like a full-on orchestra to like do like the majority of, their like even like the stupid background music that you don't even think about is all fucking good.
I feel like that's where all the budget went, to be honest. Was the composer
and yeah, dude.
And those backgrounds.
And it's worth because it carries on like 20 years later.
I feel really bad. I genuinely don't know who the composer is for the music of One Piece.
Shame on you. I don't either.
Shame on you. I don't know either.
You're supposed to be the one that's supposed to be like, this is my life and blood.
Expert.
Hey, man, it's my favorite show of all time, but that doesn't mean I need to like literally live and breathe this shit.
But you do, don't you?
I mean, I definitely watch and read it a lot.
But you own all the Blu-rays, don't you?
I do not do that yet, but we're getting there.
And the posters. Don't forget the posters.
Okay, I have like 2 One Piece posters, man. Fucking chill out.
Don't you have a sticker on your car?
It is not on my car, but I also own a sticker. I have not yet put it on my car.
Stickers are basically just mini posters.
All right, I have 3 One Piece posters.
Brendan, what's your background on your phone?
It is not One Piece.
But don't you wish it was?
No, I'm not that much of a fucking weeb. God damn it. Just really like One Piece and a bunch of other anime. Fuck you, I'm not a weeb. I'm a normie. Don't lump me in with you.
As I said, he's a closet weeb.
No.
That must be the skeleton.
That's the skeleton.
But no, one thing I did like going back and looking at these, first episodes, I know you guys didn't like him, but I still like Captain Axehand Morgan's like aesthetic and like tone. Like, yeah, everything about it was, underwhelming in terms of just fights and, whatever. But like just his aesthetic, I don't know what it is, like with how his like dialogue goes in and just how he looks as a character. I don't know. I liked it a lot.
I mean, I agree that he's like a really cool design for a character. I guess I just like, I feel as though his only existence is to be like, Marines are villains in this universe. Pirates are good guys.
But that's the fault of the show of how they explain it in the beginning 60 episodes. So like looking at it from the outside perspective or not outside, but like from the perspective that I have now, I can look at him and go, as a character, he's pretty cool. Like, yeah, he wasn't, very deep and, just, like
I like the fact that he wasn't a complete throwaway. We got to it when we got to Usopp's arc, but he like low key had like a bit of a journey to get where he is now. Good old Captain Axe and Morgan. So when you get to those episodes, look out.
It'll be pretty obvious. We react severely to the information.
You do.
It was a revelation.
It was a revelation.
Extremely. All right. So the whole premise of the show starts with little Oda, right, deciding to be manga artist. And he recalls that his interest in pirates is sparked by a popular TV animation titled Vicky the Viking, which is an extremely interesting rabbit hole to get into because it's a show based on a children's book written by a Swedish guy that won a German Literature Award and adapted by a Japanese animation studio.
That's one hell of a journey. Like
that
One Piece.
is a journey.
In the wiki, it calls it a German, Austrian, Japanese, British animated television series.
What?
Wow.
I did not know all this. I mean, I know that Oda originally made, One Piece and Romance Dawn because of his fascination with pirates, but I was not privy to this information about a TV show.
Let alone the quad nature of it.
Yeah, let alone the nature of like where it came from, Anglo-Saxon, fucking German shit, whatever.
You would think that for like I get it, like, Vikings technically were pirates in their own description if you go by the definition of what is a pirate. But like when you think of pirates, everyone thinks of like Pirates of the Caribbean, the Caribbean, like across the Atlantic, like those ones. They don't think of Vikings. They don't think of like, even though by definition Vikings technically were pirates by definition.
They definitely pillaged.
They definitely pillaged, stole, and stuff.
And did things that are probably less than good.
Another interesting thing, he submitted a character design for a well-known classic wrestling manga called Kiniku Man. It was animated. It's a really well-known thing. But you want to guess what character he submitted?
It's Panda Man, isn't it?
It's definitely Panda Man.
Oh, yes.
Dude, if I was watching a wrestling show and I watched Panda Man suplex someone, oh god.
Panda Man sounds like a WWE character somebody would play.
So now you know where his character design comes from. He's a wrestling guy.
He's just a wrestler that would have submitted one time.
And now it's the biggest joke.
And now it's just a huge cameo meme. The gift that keeps on giving.
We keep track of Panda Man, by the way, as best as we could.
And we get our first one here.
In the intro. Let's make that clear.
It's like half a frame.
It's like one half of a frame that when Zoro does his like slashing of the boat or something like that, right?
It's in the cue card. All right. Another interesting thing. He claims that Masashi Kishimoto, the guy behind Naruto, is his friend and rival.
Yeah.
Wait, is that self-proclaimed? Has he acknowledged that?
It's self-proclaimed, yeah. but they are on good terms though. Like
they're friends. And what I don't know who's losing here more, because I like Naruto, but I don't like the ending, and I like One Piece, but
at least it has an ending.
Does it though? Because now we have Boruto.
Yeah, but at least it had one ending. One Piece. Step up your game. When are they gonna find the fucking pirate gold? What is the show? Why is it 900 episodes long?
Why is it 900 episodes?
He has stated his distaste for the journeys, the treasure.
Yeah, we know that the okay, so this is all conjecture, but Oda has said in interviews that he has two things set in stone. He has the final panel for the entire series already made, like in like his desk or in an envelope somewhere. Like he's already like apparently drawn the last panel of the series. And then the other thing that's set in stone is that he has said in numerous interviews he will not make the One Piece be some fucking it was friendship the whole time or like the adventure of a lifetime sort of deal. Like that might be like it's
an actual tangible thing.
It is a tangible thing.
Which leads into my list that I create.
Which leads us to the list.
Do you even have them? Do you have them written down? Because I have them written down. Yeah,
no.
What are you claiming the list here then?
Because I'm the one that points out most of the bullshit.
That's not true. Me and you have both done this together. I've got half, you've got like half.
Co-ownership. How about that?
I have the list. I'll erase it right now, and you'll remember none of these.
Don't do this to me.
You will remember literally none of these.
You guys want to explain
So we have a list. I don't remember what episode we initially.
It was the movie. It was the first movie that we did.
Oh, you're right, because the first one was the soup. Yes. So we started a running list in order to help Oda out here. We compiled a list of possible One Piece.
This is really all for him.
Possible One Piece candidates. Yeah, we're gonna send this to Oda, but because we'll be finished with this podcast, or at least be at the end where they currently are eventually before the actual show ends. So at some point, allegedly, we'll be doing this. We'll be doing this week to week when the actual episodes come out. Anyway, we're gonna send that list over to Oda one day. He's gonna pick his favorites, and maybe he'll just turn them into like one like Megazord One Piece, and like it'll just be a compilation of all these things. Anyway, what we do here is when we watch episodes, sometimes we think of some item is just so overtly powerful and holds so much power and importance that it has to be part of the One Piece, or maybe even the One Piece itself, starting with the old man's Odin soup from the first movie, because it just has so many great properties about it. It's food. It's food in general. So like that's like great. Then it tastes good even when it's covered in dirt. That's very impressive. And then it bestows upon Luffy even more powers of friendship. So like I don't know what else I could keep going, but like what more do you need really?
No, you have to watch the episode. You'll have to watch the episode to get the whole antithesis of why.
watch our movie episode up to that, or then you get some more realistic versions of the One Piece, like a pinwheel.
There's a pair of glasses. There's a pinwheel. Do we have one? Here's the real question. Since we didn't create this before, in these 4 episodes, do we have an observation of one?
Oh, for these guys, I would absolutely say the rice balls, but that's just me.
Oh god, those rice balls! Didn't they call them jelly donuts in like the dubs?
Let's not get into that.
Okay, they called them jelly donuts in the... No, fuck you. We already brought it up. So there was a 4K or 4 Kids dub of this series, and that shit is garbage, but the OP was fire. Just saying, yeah yo. And I gotta respect that opener. But no, that dub was garbage. No, if I'm watching personally the Funimation dub, which does not call them jelly donuts, they call them rice balls. They don't do that injustice, and they do not cut anything out and make it a kids show, or any more of a kids show than it already is, at least.
That's an interesting there. Can we discuss what we watch it in? Because I too started with the sub, like you two goons, but then I discovered I find a lot more quotes for the end of the show in the dub, and it's a lot easier to watch.
It's and just the audio format of our show probably dictates that nobody or very few people are going to know Japanese, so you kind of need to do the English.
Yeah, there were a few things where I find a cool quote in the sub, and then I go to look for it in the dub, and it's not the same, or it's weird, and I'm just like,
it goes both ways.
It does. There's a lot of cool quotes in the sub.
I'm a sub watcher. A few of the voices in English kind of bother me, so I just decided I was gonna watch the superior version of the show, to be honest with you.
All right, calm down there.
I am also a sub watcher. I just turn my Sharingan on and I'm fine. So for me, it's like I can't stand dub in most cases. There are some shows that have some good dub actors, and sometimes there are examples, but most of the time it's hot garbage, in my opinion, the dub. But I understand why people appreciate it, because they can't read. So I watch the sub because I can actually read and watch a show at the same time.
All right, calm down. You do get a lot more emotion and like natural feel with the sub, but personally, the dub works just as fine for me. I'm open to it.
It does the job.
Okay, so let me continue more facts here. We just got a billion facts out here. Chapter 1 of the manga isn't the first episode of the anime. It's the episode 4. So the Shanks thing, that's the first chapter that happens in the manga.
Yeah.
You know what? I would have actually, if that was the case, if they had shown the show in that order, Shanks first, then everything else, I actually might have enjoyed it a little bit differently.
I think that they wanted to, for the first, debut episode, they didn't want to accidentally bore the audience, with just, a backstory of a kid. So they were like, well, shit. Well, if we lead with our protagonist beating the shit out of some random ass goon, that would be way better. Oh, and then also, why don't we throw in the episode where he recruits his first member for good measure before we get into that episode? Just to kind of like increase some of the, I don't know, the draw maybe.
The show is not him as a little kid. The show is him as a teenager with gum fruit powers of beating the crap out of Goonie Boons.
Mm-hmm.
What if he was an 8-year-old the whole time, though?
Hunter, hello?
Hunter, we have your number, please.
Okay, another interesting thing. Nami doesn't appear until the whole buggy thing.
Yeah, no, in the manga, she does not do these little fucking, oh, look, here I am, like, sort of bits. And the fucking animators only threw that in because they were like, ooh, waifu?
Waifu material.
They had early stock in the waifu potential.
Mm-hmm. They knew right off the bat.
They went all in on that Nami stock, dude.
Yeah, another interesting fact, but this is only for the people who know the character. One of the pirates in episode 1 with the title Pirate A is voiced by a dude, Hiroshi Kamiya. And later on, he does a really important character by the name of Law.
Yeah.
They waited a long time for this guy to get his gig.
Yeah. So it's funny that this is like probably the beginning of his career. And then later on, he's a really well-known voice actor.
Does he do anything well-known before Law?
I didn't look him up. I wish I did, but
I'm pretty sure the same guy who does Law does Levi.
there you go.
Are we talking about the dub or the sub right now? I'm confused.
Funny enough, both.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the guy who does Law in the dub is also the same guy who does Levi in the dub in Attack on Titan. Fun facts.
Dang.
Man, that guy's typecast 100%.
It's a good voice. Both of them are good voices.
Something I didn't look into if it was confirmed. I believe it was. I'm not 100% sure, so don't at me. I think Oda wanted to start the manga with Arlong Park. I don't know if it was the manga or the show. They were gonna start with Nami's arc.
Weird.
That's a lot.
I actually do remember hearing something of that. I think what they were originally going to do was, I don't know if it was going to be Nami's arc, but they were going to originally do Nami like as like it was going to go literally just Luffy, Zoro, Nami. They weren't going to.
She was going to be the first mate, like the first person he recruits.
Okay, no, that I didn't know.
So nobody else was going to be there on the island. It was just going to be Luffy helping her out.
Yes, which is kind of makes sense if you think about it. You kind of do need a navigator first before anybody else.
I know that Nami is the only other person directly from the Romance Dawn one shot, because like Nami was actually in there alongside Luffy. There was a guy who looked a lot like Zoro, but wasn't exactly Zoro who was also a part. But in the Romance Dawn one shot, it was Luffy and Nami, like basically their exact character designs, and then like 7 other goons that bear no resemblance to any other character in the series, really.
So yeah, that's an interesting little thing I read somewhere. I remember reading it somewhere and I couldn't find it again. And it was either a comment or an interview that I read. I can't remember.
I want to say you're right, but the story that I thought I heard, but maybe I'm the one who's behind, was I thought that they were going to do the Nami arc directly after recruiting Zoro, so as they would do just like the 1, 2, 3 instead of doing what they ended up doing, and went, the Luffy kind of recruiting Zoro, and then there's like the little mini Zoro arc into the Usopp arc, into the Sanji arc, back into the eventual Nami arc at the tail end. I thought I remember hearing that.
Let's chalk all this up to rumors and speculation.
Yeah.
A fun thought. What if Nami's arc was first?
That would be kind of whack, wouldn't it?
I don't know if I'd hate it or love it, honestly.
I like the way they did it.
All right. Well, seems like that's everything. Let's hit to those
No,
quotes.
we forgot one thing specifically.
What did we forget?
Koby.
Koby?
Yes.
The OG.
The OG Koby.
The OG.
The Koby to end all Kobys.
The only Koby that matters.
That's another running joke we have. Let me explain this a bit. So every little kid kind of does not play a big role in the show. All right, let's be honest here.
They are exposition.
It's like copy paste.
They're all based on Koby. So we just name them Koby numbers. We Koby 1, Koby 2, Koby 3.
What are we on again? 6?
I think we're at 6 right now.
I think we agreed the last one we just found was Koby 6.
There was always a movie Koby.
The movies are always going to have a Koby. Well, up to a point, I guess.
Up to a point.
The worst part about Kobe's, though, is the fact that it's because they're there to give exposition or to give lame-ass, like...
motivation for other characters.
Exactly. They're there to build up other characters, but they don't do it because they're Kobe's.
Which is funny because the original Kobe doesn't really do that.
You think Oda regrets not having Kobe be one of the Straw Hats? That's why he keeps introducing these Kobes?
Nah, I don't think that for a minute.
He never wants you to forget Kobe.
I kind of feel like that might be the thing.
No, get out of here.
No,
I don't know, because look at when Chopper comes in. What is...
Chopper's not... Are you calling Chopper a Kobe? Because we'll fight right now.
No. I don't want to catch them hands. I'm not... I'm saying that he wanted a cute character on the show who's young. That's what he wanted. And when he found out they fucked himself by not having Kobe be there because he gave, later on, Kobe stuff. I don't want to go too deep into the explanation because that's spoilers for later on.
It's fine.
Okay, now that's it, right? We can do quotes now?
Yeah.
Anybody got any surprise facts now?
I got
nothing.
I don't think anyone's gonna have anything but us.
You are the facts guy in lieu of a certain other one.
So far, we've lost. Oh yeah, another thing. Let me. We got like a billion things to discuss here. We had a fifth member. He kind of dropped off. So shout out to Sleeping Simi.
Oh yeah. So shout out to Sleeping Simi. Sleeping
with
Simi.
us in our hearts.
He'll be with us.
Never forgotten.
the first dead.
Might as well be.
Big
You're dead to us.
Big oof.
He used to be the dedicated Panda Man and Fact Man, but that job has to be moved over somewhere.
The job got too much for him. It's a lot of stress.
You'll hear a fifth guy in the future, the next few episodes, and you'll think, wait a minute, he wasn't in the first one? Okay, so for the 8th time, do we do the quotes?
I don't have any.
Well, then don't worry. I've got 3 for everyone to hear.
Hey, yo, share. Give me
I claim
one.
the first one.
All right, that's a good one to claim, Christian, because it's my favorite. I still love the shit out of this stupid fucking bit. I was watching it again. We laughed about it so hard when we were doing the episode the first time. But there's like a scene where the little girl goes in to like give Zoro food or whatever, and then Helmeppo comes out with like his bodyguards, and they scold the girl. They tell her, you can't fucking be here. We're gonna like fucking kill you. And then Helmeppo tells one of the Marine goons to literally throw her out of here, and he was like, I can't do that. And then the goon goes, or then Helmeppo says, do I have to get my father on you? This fucking Marine, like, scared for his life, goes to the little girl and like looks her dead faced and goes, sorry about this, but try curling up into a ball. Fucking yeets her out of this fucking world.
I agree. This is my favorite also.
My second quote is honestly just like the entire Zoro inauguration speech. As soon as he gets freed and he's got the fucking Marines held back with his swords, he basically just kind of informs Luffy like, hey.
But I want you to know one thing. While I'm with you, the only thing I dedicate myself to is fulfilling my ambition.
Which is?
To be nothing less than the world's greatest swordsman. If somewhere along the way I have to give that up, then I want you to accept responsibility. After which you get to apologize to me.
And I really appreciate it. Nice little, Zoro's a bit of a quote machine, reoccurring through and through.
He has a lot of quotes.
He's got a lot.
He's just too cool.
He's way too
cool
edgy, way
for
too
himself.
cool. So I'll just say like the entire, like as soon as he's freed and he informs Luffy like where he stands, that's moi. And then I could quote the entirety of episode 4, but I won't. I'll save you the trouble. But at the very least, include somewhere in there.
I want you to bring this hat back to me someday, in good condition. And only once you've become a great pirate. That's our promise, Luffy.
Love that fucking shit. What a great start to the adventure.
It's pretty good.
Love that shit.
I personally like the one where...
Listen up, bandits. Whether I'm sprayed with alcohol or doused with food, hell, even if I'm spit on, most of the time I'll just laugh it off and forget about it. But if you hurt a friend of mine, you'll pay for it regardless of your reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love that too. And then the real banger of that episode, which we have to include it, is the one where Shanks approaches the mountain bandits and goes like,
Now that you've drawn your pistol, are you willing to use it?
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm saying that guns aren't for threats, they're for actions.
And then his fucking crony comes out of nowhere and goddamn gats this dude from the side of the head. What a man.
That's the coolest moment in these 4 episodes where the guy's still eating his meat and all you hear is the
That's so good, dude.
And then we learn that guns are actually useless.
Oh.
Then we learn that guns don't actually kill anybody.
I'm going to put a little disclaimer here. If you don't like the next 3 or 4 podcast episodes, I believe around episode 40 something, when you start hearing the jingles in the beginning of the episodes, that's when we put a little bit more effort in.
When we cover episode 40 of the show, by the way, we don't have 40 podcast episodes yet.
Right. Look for the Zoro picture, I believe, is the first one.
Yeah, the first good one, I think, is the Zoro one. I shouldn't say good. The first one where we adjust to the format is the Zoro episode where he fights you-know-who.
Someone special with a mustache.
Shout out to any listeners that have been around for a while and just came back to the first episode to listen to the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out.
The stands. We've got stands, believe it or not.
We did start this assuming only 6 people would listen, and I'd be happy with that. But we got quite a number.
Yeah, literally us. We would be the 6.
Yes, I'll say.
Yeah, we would be the 6.
Just something fun to do on our spare time. But hey, we got listeners. So
And then listen to ourselves because we're narcissists.
Always, every day.
100%.
Absolutely.
Big facts.
Well,
I do nothing but just be a narcissist.
You think I don't replay my YouTube videos?
I think you absolutely don't.
I
I think the only things you go back and rewatches are your AMVs.
maybe.
I think there's only one thing left for us to do here then.
What's that?
Are we not going to award a golden ham for these episodes?
Oh, shit. That's right. That too. Koby.
The rice balls.
Oh, we didn't award one last time. That's right.
No, we didn't have this bit.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't have the golden ham thing.
Mm.
Episode 0 was the one we didn't have one, right?
I didn't think we'd come up with the golden ham until 3 episodes in.
Yeah, the 3rd episode of the podcast, I believe, is when we started doing it.
But I've got an idea. I say we give it to the coin that Luffy gave the woman.
Shut up, you.
What?
And I say
Quiet. No one else knows what to talk about with you and me.
that. All right, fine. Never mind then.
You mean for the apple?
Yes.
I want to hear the rest of this bit.
Okay,
Go on.
so let me explain here. So we talked about it in episode 0 that Luffy shows actual concept of money here, where he understands the world. He understands how it works. He understands he needs to pay for things with actual money. He shows he has some level of smartness, which goes away the next episode.
Literally the next episode.
Wait, hold up. If that's the case, then that should be a One Piece item then. Because it literally stripped this man of all intelligence. The coin was a piece of the One Piece, and it was so powerful that because it was being
robbed him of his intelligence.
2 One Pieces in the same set of episodes? This is uncalled for.
No, we
This is
can't.
unheard of.
Everything make the coin a one piece.
If we give it to the coin, we're taking it away from the rice balls. We ain't having 2.
That is true. We also established at a later date that they can't be within a certain number mile radius. Insert the number here because I don't fucking remember. It was
Did
it
we
was like
actually
3 or 4.
establish a radius?
When we talked about a certain person's classes, we designated that they couldn't be close to each other.
That's right.
So is the coin the real One Piece here? Is the coin the real One Piece?
I'm gonna have to give it to the coin because it literally took my man's brains out.
We still haven't figured out the golden ham. Can we do that?
Well, we gave it in our original episode 4. Since we're including it here, we gave it to Shanks.
Yes.
Do we feel that for all 4 episodes?
I remember being heavily against it because I thought this man was a whole ass fool for letting an 8-year-old steal a fruit
Right.
from him.
But he's still really cool. I
still love Shanks. I'll still give him the fucking thing. He still has the coolest fucking banger ass lines in the 4 episodes. That's for sure.
I'm all right with it too. We can give it to Shanks again.
I don't have much input, so might as well.
There's not a lot of other worthy candidates here. I mean, Luffy for doing friendship things, but who else? The little girl for having the balls to walk into a prison yard and give him the white rice balls, maybe.
She is pretty bold.
For living off of that yeet,
Living off of that yee.
So Shanks.
So I guess Shanks gets it.
Shanks is the winner. We love Shanks. We admire him. We will see all about him in the next 100 episodes. He always pops up in every single episode.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing. We talked about it the first time we did this episode, but
He's just going to keep referencing episode 0. The people are going to be like,
Stop it.
Well, why don't I just listen to episode 0?
all right, forget it.
I'm going to go over it anyway. So episode
Oh my god. I'm leaving.
You son of a bitch!
No, I'm joking. All right. Well,
Follow us on Twitter at Panda Sightings.
yeah, at Panda Sightings is exactly how it sounds like. Panda and then Sightings. One word.
Like with your eyes sighting, not like sighting as in like a paper.
I'm unimportant. I have no personal plugs. This is all I do, and I'm happy to do it.
I mean, I guess I could plug YouTube. I don't know if you guys want to
What?
see that.
Get out of
I'm
here.
Following...
You already did that. You did it at the beginning.
I'm sorry.
All right, that's it. That's the Redux.
I hope you stick around if you stuck around this far
Keep
into the
listening.
podcast.
It gets better, allegedly.
Allegedly. Don't sue us if it doesn't. If you don't like the recent one we did, don't sue us. All
Take
right?
it up with Dylan.
Take it up with Dylan, our lawyer / editor /
Address all questions, comments, concerns to Dylan, the hamster,
Yeah, send all complaints to dylan@pandasightings.com.
/Gmail.
That's not a real thing. Don't look that up.
Bye.
Later.
Goodbye.